As mentioned in another video, we lost our footage for the last 2 episodes of Legacy of Druit, so here's a quick recap. First session, the group were on a floating dungeon on the water and met a crazed priest and his group of followers, all who followed Semit's religion, and they basically, after some discussion, the group decided to heal Semit's hourglass. They did that by taking a piece of Astario's soul, placing it in the hourglass, and then filling that hole in her soul with part of Semit's. So they're linked. Semit uses Astario's soul piece to fuel his magic in the place of divine prominence, and he is now officially Astario's familiar, which means she can cast some spells through him, see through his eyes, all the kind of crazy stuff that a familiar can do. He now counts as. Also, there was some discussion over whether this means either of them are a lich. Maybe. Also, it means that they're not going to die until the other one does. So the first one to die probably will become a form of undead briefly. Or maybe it means that they can't die. It's very difficult to tell. Either way, Semit's very worried about the fact that Astario's an elf and will live a lot longer than him. Very little else happened in that session. There was some minor role-playing in character moments that were funny, but beyond that, basically the session ended when the Sea Harvester was spotted on the horizon. In the second session, the Sea Harvester gave chase and tried to board ravaging orcs, trolls, ogres. One vampire were on board the ship, and the group as a whole were attacked. The crew managed to fire repeatedly on the Sea Harvester's wheel and caused the ship to kind of get locked in a position and allowed them to gain the upper hand. That meant that the Sea Harvester had to kind of turn by using its ropes after they blew up the wheel, and the fishmonger, the big troll captain of the Sea Harvester, tried to kind of mount a spur of the ship and climb it onto the Quenya. But what happened was the Vahona's Vengeance showed up, Edward's dad's ship, and it has cannons now, and opened fire on the Sea Harvester, destroying most of it, causing the troll to fall into the water and get run over by his own ship. Squish. End of the Sea Harvester. After basically a pitched range battle, the Sea Harvester sank below the waves, and the Vathona left the Quenya and just headed home. Intrigued and wondering whether they hadn't realised that this was a Pirate Nation vessel, the Quenya decided to follow, and the crew basically followed the Vathona, and that's where we left it. Unsure of what the Vathona's motives were. It annoys me that we've lost the sea battle. I'm going to have a look at some of the other footage of the other camera, and if there is some cool stuff, I will add it to the end of this video for you to watch. If not, expect this to be the end of this recap video.